And here we go. Another speaker is announced. What's going on, Mr. Nick?
What's up, buddy?
It's going good. It's going good. So with that being said, good.livewithleaders.com. I saw that. I'm like, man, that just sounds right. It's got a nice ring to it, right?
I like it. We should have changed the whole name of it.
Right. But anyway, so as you guys know, by this point, we're doing a live virtual summit here with 16 of the top speakers across the nation. Of course, we had to add Nick Good to that list.
Well, I appreciate that. I see those speaker lists, and I'm like, shit. I'm honored to be at least included in that. I feel like what Mike and Jay always said. I'm not the smartest, but I'm gonna sit next to the smartest kid in the class. I feel like this on the panel with the rest of these 16 amazing people. I mean, this is going to be a badass day.
Right. And it's really cool too, because every one of the speakers says the same thing. So that just shows the respect that everybody has for each other, of just the true magnitude of the speakers that we have at this.
Right. I mean, look, we've got Chuck Fazio, we've got Jay, we've got Veronica Figueroa, Al. I mean, and all the rest of them that I'm not doing justice, just leaving them out. But I mean, if you can't learn from this, just like we were talking about before we went live, is anybody who's trying to give you true advice on acting like they know what they're going to do? Right. Come on, guys! Like, no one has been through this.
No.
And so at least take actionable items and advice from people who have built big books of business during the recession, which I did.
Yeah,
I built my business was created during the 07, 08.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got in full time in 2007. 2008 is when I really started to feel that, and then 2009 is when my brother and I partnered up. We formed the Good Home Team, and we made sure to the goal is to make a recession-proof business, which we built. We went up. I mean, we were doing 100+ units during the recession. So, it's learning from people at least who've been through those times.
So that's interesting. I didn't know you got into it in 07. That's like the worst time you could possibly start.
I didn't know any better, man. I was a unlicensed assistant in 2005 and got licensed in 2006, but I was still in college, and I was working for this independent firm. And in 2007, I graduated college, and I was like,
this is like a good idea.
Yeah, like 100% commission. I just got married. I just bought a house. I'm like, this is a no-brainer. Might as well just go and do a 100% commission sales job.
Right. And I think that's a great point too, is because nobody knows what the hell's going to happen next, right? Like, we can all sit here and we can speculate, but at the end of the day, it's like you said, nobody's been through this before. But what all these people have done is built a sustainable business with proven, repeatable processes that they're going to be able to share with everybody. And I think we were talking about this last night. All we can do is double down the effort, and then we can, when we're sitting inside, let's learn, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And what we've been doing right now is look, we don't know where everything's going, but I will tell you right now, I was talking with my team today and asking, what are you facing? What are you hearing? I mean, we run a prospecting, proactive business, meaning we're not sitting back and waiting for our sphere to reach out to us. We're hammering the expireds, hammering for sale by owners, generating internet leads, and we're not pulling back on that. In fact, I want to go in and double down on those opportunities now, because if or maybe we should say when there's a pullback or a recession, I'm not necessarily pulling back on my on potential leads coming in. I may be looking at reducing my costs. I may be reducing my costs on non-essential dollar producing activities and items, but I'm still going to make sure that we're bringing in opportunities so that we can make sure that our revenue is still there or increasing.
Yeah. And here's something that I will say we do know is this won't last forever, right?
Correct.
What's happening now, it won't last forever. Well, geez, knock on wood. These quarantines don't last forever, right? But that's like a 99.9% chance that these quarantines will not last forever. And at the end of it, your business, where do you want it to be? Do you want it to be going up, or do you want it to be going down? I know your business isn't the first thing we're worried about right now. Obviously, health and family are like the first things we're worried about. But at the same time, too, in order to take care of those, your business has to be able to prosper. So at the end of this, do you want to be increasing your business, or do you want it on the downtick? So when we're inside, what better choice do we have? Just to sit there, learn from 16 of the top speakers across the country. I don't even think we mentioned this. It's absolutely free.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah, right? It's absolutely free. And here's the thing, too. Not one of the 16 speakers is going to pitch anything. It's going to be straight value driven and value only.
Yep. And this is, what I know that I can do is I know that I can make sales, right? And
right.
This is what we're talking to our team. We're preparing them. We've been preparing them for this, right? And so, at least we've been preparing for a recession, not a quarantine. I don't think anybody's
right.
Maybe the preppers were prepared for that.
Right. Yeah. If you have a script for that one, please share it with us.
Yeah. But I will say that it's more important than ever now to pour into yourself in training and development, right? If you were struggling during one of the best economic and real estate times, then you're definitely going to be a lot worse off. If you don't pour into yourself, you don't train and skill up during what could be an erosion of our market.
Right. And that's a great point too, because I think a lot of times people get into that being busy. We always call it the transaction treadmill, when you don't think you have enough time to go out and learn, or you don't think you have 4 days to go to a conference. When in reality, I'll tell you what, I used to think that way too. Even though I would never bought or sold homes. I was an ISA. We were working the business. We had a bunch of real estate clients. I'm like, I can't take any time off. I think it was like a solid year and a half working weekends too, maybe a little more than that, where I just literally didn't take a day off. Even if I was quote unquote sick from home, it's like you're on your computer, you're on your phone, right? And then that's when Al told me, this is actually a great quote from him. He's like, hey, brother, you either work to live or you live to work. You got to choose one. Like,
that's right.
That's a good point. And then also I started going to some of these conferences and learning more how to scale, duplicate, and delegate. And that's when I really realized, I feel like once you go to your first couple conferences, you're like, you have to keep coming back. You have to keep learning. You got that itch to keep learning. And,
absolutely.
And now we're going to make it so much easier. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars. Heck, you have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to listen to everybody in this room speak, let alone the travel costs, the eating costs. And now you get to do it from home in your pajamas for absolutely free.
Look, you're being solution oriented in this time of uncertainty, right? So you're looking what can we do to help better the industry? What can we do to help make sure that once we get out of lockdown and quarantine, we can go back and whether it's business as usual, or we find the new style of business, right? And what better way than to learn it from these people that again are selling hundreds to thousands of homes and generating millions of dollars in revenue, that if you can't take just one or two or three actionable items from this, and you weren't listening, you weren't really looking at it from an open mindset to see what can I take away, what can I pick apart and then implement it in my business. And
one of the speakers, I won't give her name away yet, because we haven't announced her yet, but I was listening to her speak last night, and she was saying it's amazing how many things that they're able to do virtually and through the computer that they just weren't implementing before, right? It's almost like you're learning new ways to do your business. And it's like, heck, I don't have to go in person to do this. I don't have to print out 4 contracts and go run around and get everything signed. I can just do everything online. And now it's almost like the people who are going to be able to adapt. And then I seriously think there's going to be some changes in the way agents operate after all of this happens. Because once you realize those different things you can do online, it's just more so going to be a habit after that. And it's going to carry over.
Look, it makes us more efficient, right? Yeah. I'm rereading some recession style, business books and during a run up in an economy, we get busy. We don't hold our dollars as accountable as we do. We get kind of fat and bloated. And these are more about, all right, let's becoming more efficient with the dollars that we have. Right. When you're brand new in the business, right, you probably don't have a lot of money to spend. So every dollar that you put into your business, you're looking for a 5x, 10x return. Right. And then as we get more and more business, then all of a sudden we get a little bit less, we don't hold our dollars as accountable, and we got to go back to that. So this is a great opportunity almost to wipe that slate clean, to make sure that we're holding our dollars accountable. We're holding our businesses accountable, making sure that we are as efficient as possible, in our working hours. Right.
And I forget who I was talking to, because man, I think I went live 6 or 7 times yesterday. I think that's a record for me. But with that being said, one of the speakers was talking about one of the agents that they were working with. They started off and they crushed it in their first year. I think they sold like 40 homes or like 30 homes in like their first 2 years. And then the next year they sold about 10. And they started realizing like, what they came to him like, why is this happening? He's like, well, you following the script. He's like, no, I don't need that anymore. And then he went down a list. And what happened is all those fundamentals that helped him grow his business, he started to go away from it because you get into that. It's almost, I wouldn't say ego, but you start thinking, I don't need that stuff anymore. But when you do get down to the fundamentals, that's when you're able to truly scale and grow your business. And I think that's one of the things that everybody on this list is going to be able to provide in their own respect. What are the fundamentals you need to follow in order to get that next step in your business?
100%. I will say go to good.livewithleaders.com and register right now for this. Because what I want to really, what I'm looking at and preparing future wise is, I mean, this is not, building a real estate business, but this was a byproduct of us building our real estate businesses during the previous recession.
Right.
My brother and I flipped our first house in 2010.
Yeah.
We now, just depending on valuations, have anywhere from $80 to $120 million worth of investment holdings.
Wow.
Because of we took advantage of an opportunity. And so we started flipping. Then we started buying rentals. Then we got into storage businesses. Then we got into commercial retail centers. Now we're into assisted living projects.
Oh, really?
And that, I will tell you, that all came because of what we were able to do from the revenue on the commissions earned from our business.
Wow.
Right. We put that back into the investment side. So this is learning how to take from these top 16, agents across the country, pick the parts that you want to implement in your business, go and learn it, implement it, go and start getting revenue. And then also take that revenue and redeploy it into investments so that, when we pull out or the next time we go through a pullback, you've got residual income or you've got passive income coming in,
right?
That you're always probably going to have a little bit of some worry, but at the same time, that you're golden.
I love it. All right, Nick, like you said, go to good.livewithleaders.com. Secure your ticket now. It's absolutely free. It's an 8-hour event with 16 of the top speakers. If you haven't seen the other speakers, go ahead and check them out now in my past lives. And the crazy thing is we're only halfway through our list. I'm looking at the list and I'm like, man, this is already a great event. And then I look at the other half of the list and it's absolutely amazing. That's just going to be, I think somebody said it best. It's going to be raining nuggets. It's literally raining nuggets.
Bro, I can't wait. This is going to be, I've got my notepad all up on my desk. I'm ready to go. I'm getting my home office, just make sure I'm getting my bunker ready.
Right.
And this will be a great day. And I appreciate you guys for putting this on. This is all you putting it on. And getting everyone together. So again, go to good.livewithleaders.com, get signed up, and April 8th, 11 a.m. Eastern time, right?
Yes, sir. You got it. All right, everybody. Like you said, good.livewithleaders.com, and we'll see you there.